Hello, everybody. For discussion board week 8, the article I went with was about fire safety in construction, specifically site evacuation and self-reported work behavior. Here I added the APA citation, and then below is the actual hyperlink. All right, for the article summary. The article itself had a lot of great information. Ultimately, the main focal point was that started off was that there is a lot of fires in across the construction industry. It is a very common issue, and on an annual basis, they hit records over 100 cases at least. The article specifically that I was focused on was from the United Kingdom, and it also had some comparisons against the United States, but primarily it was the United Kingdom. In like the last couple of years, they said they had recorded incidents over like 600 fires, ranging from anything from small to major to catastrophic. Um, Really, where this article starts focusing on is the importance of fire safety evacuation, ensuring that personnel understand their workplace emergency procedures for a fire escape, and then most importantly, execute them properly. From the initial background assessment, there had already been like theoretical assessments identifying that hey, um, personnel weren't really taking it seriously. Although they knew the hazard exists and they knew their exit signs and their evacuation procedures, they just weren't taking them seriously. Um, because of this, this article specifically generated two unannounced evacuations at two different sites, and again in the United Kingdom, and it was for construction industries. As a result, from both sites, about half the amount of personnel of each site evacuated immediately, and the other half, basically, they knew that the hazard was there. They heard the sirens, but didn't really care and just just continued to do their work, and then eventually put everything down, and then they walked out. Um, because of this, it identified a lot of overall safety climate. That was one of the biggest things, and because of that, it was one of those educational pieces where reminding personnel like, hey, like what is the severity from a fire? What can it cause not only to yourself but to your counterparts, to your equipment, to your livelihood, and then from an acute effect to an overall chronic effect down the line. Um, the article overall finished up with the goal of reducing the possibility of workers actually being in risk of some type of fire hazard. It left it up for discussion in regards to expanding on different sites, expanding on even different construction areas, to get a better statistical analysis of how each different section plays, or how each different facility, on a massive large industrial scale to like a small, like, 1 story couple bedroom house. All right. For my personal assessment, I think the article was great. What I really liked about it was that it continuously compared items from the United Kingdom compared to the United States. I think it's important to learn the difference between two different areas, because we both have different standards, different codes that we put in place, and at the same time, um, it's that those training mechanisms. What is different, what works better, and when you're looking at it from a global scale, it can really be impactful. It's definitely relatable because most of our operations, when it comes down to environmental safety and health, one big piece is fire safety. So for us, it's NFPA, and just um, this article, continuously talked about fire safety, so it's very relatable, easy to read. No information there that, although it's from the United Kingdom, um, that I was not able to understand. Very straightforward for a safety professional. The information was very credible. It cited a lot of really good resources, and at the same time, it focused on their regulatory standards. Um, I would recommend it to another colleague only because, again, from my personal point, the way I'm looking at it is you're able to compare on a global scale the difference between both areas, and you can grab that research, use it in your work site, and see the difference, and possibly reach out to see if your work site is has some lymphax. Maybe you can go reach out on on a global scale and say, hey, like, how are you doing this better? So overall, great article, and yeah.